So let's say you're considering buying your first investment property or starting your property portfolio. What we're going to talk about in this video today is some of the professionals that you're going to need on your team to support you as you go on that journey. If you don't know me, my name is Jeff Elias and I'm the founder of Futurebound, where we specialize in helping you to get mortgage and financially free. So we provide mortgage advice, financial education, and online courses to help you build a strong financial foundation so you can create generational wealth and live the life of fulfillment that you want. If you like this video, make sure to follow, like, subscribe, do all those things on social media to get more financial tips and guidance. But enough about us, let's get into some of the content of this video. Right, so number one, having an accountant. So an accountant is really important if you're planning to build your property portfolio, because your accountant will give you advice on entity to start with, because you might choose, or they might give you advice on buying your properties in a limited liability company, for example, maybe a family trust, or maybe just in your own personal names. And then as well as that, the accountant will give you advice and do your tax returns for you, keep you compliant, and make sure that when it comes time to do, keep the IRD happy at the end of the year, you're on the right side of the law there. So really important, probably one of the first members of your team is an accountant. After that, a second member of your team is going to be a lawyer. You are going to need to have a lawyer when you are purchasing a property, because a lawyer is going to look at the contract of the property that you're going to buy. They're going to check that that contract is legitimate, that there's no unnecessary hooks or anything there that could cause you harm, and they're basically there to keep you safe from a legal point of view. So good to have a lawyer that specializes or knows a lot about property conveyancing. Okay. Next one is either a real estate agent or a property sourcing company that you're going to source your properties through. So we recommend that people buy their investment properties through a property sourcing company. And the reason for that is that when you buy through a property sourcing company, you are coming underneath their umbrella of care. Okay, so they are negotiating with the developers. If it's a new build, they're negotiating on your behalf, and they are basically the in-between person between you and a property developer. This is in the example, by the way, if you're buying a new build property. Real estate agent might be for an existing property, but as we do recommend people buy new builds for their investment properties, a property sourcing company is a good person to have there in the middle, because if you don't have them, you are dealing directly with the developer. And the developer is not always your friend, but the property sourcing companies have got a bit more clout over the developer because they sell a lot of their properties, and so you're more likely to have better negotiating power through a property sourcing company than through direct with a developer, which is especially important if anything was to go wrong or there's any issues down the track. Right, next one, an insurance advisor. You need this for risk protection. So this is, of course, making sure that you've got the right type of insurance on your investment property. There might be, you might need to get landlord's insurance, for example, but then having an insurance advisor also makes sure that you're adequately protected with your personal and with your investment properties and personal situations, so that you've got complete cover for whatever might come up in that situation. Property manager. So as the next one, look, Kiwis love doing things on their own, and this is often one of the big mistakes, I think, of Kiwis. They get themselves in a lot of trouble because they like to do everything on their own. And property management is one of the areas that Kiwis often think, oh, I can do that, I don't need a property manager, but they get it wrong all the time. And there's actually quite a lot to property management these days. There's a lot of rules that you've got to stay on top of. There's a lot of legality around property, being a landlord and property management. So I would recommend that even if the rental property that you buy is 100 meters down the road from your house, I still wouldn't recommend that you be the property manager for it. I'd recommend that you hire someone to do this professionally and make sure that you're above the law and that all the needs of your tenant are taken care of. Okay, next one is having a builder. So having a builder in your team is important for if you're planning on doing any renovations on your property or extensions or just adjustments. Probably more relevant if you've bought an existing property or an older property. Probably not as relevant if you've just bought a brand new property, because there shouldn't be anything that needs doing on a brand new property. But good to have a builder in your team that you can call upon in the event that you need some help. And then following on from that is just general tradies, right? General repair, general maintenance. It might be more of a handyman type person, but it's also like an electrician and a plumber. You want to have these people in your team to help you out. This is in the event that you are trying to property manage yourself, okay? Because if you're using a property manager, they will have these people in the team already, and they will source those professionals on your behalf. Now you're also going to need a mortgage advisor. Having a mortgage advisor is really important because they will give you lots of advice on who to get the mortgage from and how to structure that mortgage so that you pay as little interest as possible and you have the ability to pay that mortgage off. You can use any mortgage broker that you like, but think about it. Okay. To finish off, look, these property investment professionals are the basics, and you might need different team members in your situation based on your particular property investment strategy. Now, to learn more about who you might need on your property investment team, please watch our Property Pro series, where our CEO Jackie Elias interviews property professionals to find out what value they bring to your property journey, and you get some tips directly from these professionals themselves. To get a mortgage advisor who specializes in helping Kiwis to build equity and start their investment property journey, please book a 15-minute call with us to discuss your situation. We'll discuss your financial goals and situation at a high level, and you'll find out if you're ready to start investing or to add another property to your portfolio. And if you're not ready, we'll let you know what you need to do to get yourself ready. So book a 15-minute chat at a time that's convenient for you, and I'll talk to you soon.